So let's talk about the winners and losers of the NBA trade deadline because man, what a wild ride we just witnessed. We saw Luka Doncic get moved to the Lakers in what was a shocking move. We saw De'Aaron Fox get shipped out to the Spurs. Zach LaVine going to play with DeMar DeRozan in Sacramento. And then we saw Brandon Ingram go to Toronto. A lot of moving pieces, and let's just get right into this. The first winner, and it's really obvious, the Los Angeles Lakers. See, when LeBron retires, you have Luka Doncic to build around, your new franchise player at 25, soon to be 26 years old, to build around and to build potentially a dynasty for the Lakers. It's absolutely insane. This trade actually went down. You went from, I don't know what we're going to do after LeBron James to we can get Luka Doncic. We have him now. It's unbelievable. And it's still taking some time to get used to because you didn't expect it to happen. You have Nico Harrison around here meeting Rob Pelinka for coffee, saying, "Hey, what do you think about me trading Luka Doncic to the Lakers?" I'm sure Rob was like, "Really? Okay, let me entertain this some more." And then the initial offer was some draft picks. You were going to give Max Christie, Anthony Davis, and Dalton Connect for Luka. And Rob was like, "Well, what about these injury concerns you have about him or him staying in shape? Why don't I take some of these pieces off the table? I'll give you Anthony Davis, Max Christie, and a draft pick." And Nico Harrison's like, "Sure, why not? Let's do it." And they ended up getting Luka. Now all of a sudden, you go from Anthony Davis, who's injury prone, he's injured again right now, and LeBron James, who's going to retire in the next few years, to a cornerstone franchise player. Again, he's going to be 26 years old, and you're playing in Los Angeles. You know they're going to attract free agents. We know Rob Pelinka is going to make another trade. I know it didn't work out with Mark Williams. Thank God it didn't, because can you imagine if Mark Williams was with the Lakers right now and he fell his physical and he was out for more games? That trade would have been a disaster, and it would have set them back some more. But you get your draft picks back. You still have Dalton Connect, Cam Reddish, that you can still trade in the offseason. And it's just a great situation right now because as it stands, I know the Lakers lost last night to the Jazz. And obviously they need rim protection. I don't think Alex Len is going to be the answer. But for now, you've got a franchise player that you can build around. And they're going to sign free agents. They're going to make other trades. And eventually the Lakers are going to have a great team again who's going to contend for championships around Luka. And the Mavericks just basically gave him up for something so cheap. It's like, what are you doing here? But hey, I digress, but the Lakers are my first winners. My second winner, it's going to be the San Antonio Spurs. Look, they got De'Aaron Fox in a trade. You didn't give up any of your core pieces in Vassell, Champagnie, Harrison Barnes, Stephon Castle, Jeremy Sohan, and you still have Chris Paul. Now, Chris Paul doesn't have many years left, but Fox and Stephon Castle are going to learn a lot from Chris Paul. It's going to benefit them going forward. And then you look at Victor Wembanyama, he's already looking like a potential top 5 player in the NBA. He's already doing things like, man, this guy's going to win Defensive Player of the Year. He's a great rim protector. He's getting better from 3. Imagine Victor Wembanyama next year or in his prime. Like, this guy's only going to get better. And you could say, well, they're not winning enough basketball games. They're young. They're only going to improve from here on out. Stephon Castle looks like a Rookie of the Year candidate, and we know how the Spurs are good at drafting late in the first and second rounds. They're going to find another gem, or they can trade some of their draft picks for another impact player. I expect the Spurs team to play better after the All-Star break. If they make the playoffs, awesome. If they don't, I expect next year they'll be top 6 in the Western Conference. I just know the potential is there, and when Fox and Wemby get an entire offseason to work together, and Wemby takes another leap, you're seeing the defensive impact from guys like Stephon Castle and guys like Jeremy Sohan. And you have shooters like Champagnie and Devin Vassell. So I like where the Spurs are heading. They're clear winners to me. And when Fox and Wemby get better with their chemistry and playing alongside each other with that pick and roll action, good luck stopping the Spurs, but I love the move and what they did. They're speeding up the process with being contenders. I expect to probably be there in 2 to 3 seasons. And man, when Victor's winning MVPs, making deep championship runs, yeah, it's going to be fun to watch in San Antonio. My other winner in the NBA trade deadline is the Golden State Warriors. I'm not expecting the Warriors to be championship contenders right away, but you added Jimmy Butler. It fits along Steph Curry's timeline. And they look really good playing alongside each other. Jimmy's really good at rolling off in the pick and roll where he gets the ball in the middle of the floor. He can either shoot it, go to the basket, or play make. That's perfect for the Warriors. And then you just help Steph Curry because he looks more motivated. And if the Warriors just make a playoff run, let's just say they get to the first round, they knock out Memphis, and they lose in the second round. That's a good sign for next season. Then you look at the roster. You still have Kaminga and Moody. They both are looking good this season. We'll see how Kaminga does when he gets back playing alongside Jimmy and Curry. I think he'll benefit playing with Jimmy Butler. But then you look at the roster and go, okay, maybe we're a piece away from being contenders again. I understand they still got to go out and get another guy, another vet to fit the timeline of Jimmy, Steph, and Draymond Green. But I like where the Warriors are right now. They're playing with house money. We'll see how they do the rest of the season after the All-Star break. I think they're going to make a push for the top 7, top 6 spot. They're not too far away from that. But yeah, I just love the move because you're trying to extend Steph Curry's career, have another guy to help Curry compete in the Western Conference, and Jimmy Butler is a great piece. And of course, Jimmy wants to prove himself because he wants to go out and show the world, like, listen, I know I didn't do everything in Miami during the regular season, but he's got a new leash on life, and we'll see how this all plays out. But I like the move for the Warriors. Now, on to the losers of the NBA trade deadline. The first name up is going to be the Dallas Mavericks. Obviously, you traded Luka Doncic for one draft pick, Max Christie, who has been playing well, and Anthony Davis, who, yes, he's been healthier the past 2 seasons, but he got hurt in his first game. It's very unfortunate. But again, this is why you don't make this trade because it's going to set this franchise back 10 to 15 years. I'm telling you right now, this is not a good move. You got fans who are season ticket holders selling them because they don't want to support this product. You got fans saying fire Nico Harrison and security kicking them out. It's a complete mess in Dallas, all because you thought that Luka can't stay in shape and that he's not fully committed to being the best version of himself in the basketball court. Beyond dumb, he just got you to the NBA Finals. And some people think it's a great trade. It's going to end badly for the Mavericks. And that's why they're my first loser. And my next loser is going to be the Sacramento Kings. Look, I understand they got Zach LaVine, but what is the ceiling for the Kings? Maybe a competitive first round. Maybe they end up in the second round. But when I look at the landscape in the Western Conference, are they better than OKC? No. Are they better than Memphis? No. Are they better than Houston? No. Are they better than the Lakers? No. Are they better than Denver? No. Look, they have a nice roster, but I don't think Zach LaVine is going to be the best player in a playoff series, maybe against the Clippers. But again, I don't see how they can match up against the powerhouses of the Western Conference. So, yeah, they might push a team to 6, maybe 7 games in the first round, but I think that's their ceiling. So they'll be competitive, but I think the GM of the Kings and ownership need to commit to a full rebuild. So the next move should be trading DeMontis Sabonis and then moving up to DeMar DeRozan. I know he just got there in Sacramento, but you have to get better at drafting players and developing guys because you're a small market team. So the Kings have to commit to something here because the 2025 draft has a lot of promising talent. So if I'm the Kings, I'm looking at the situation going, okay, I've got some guys here that I can get value for. Sabonis is at the top of the list. Commit to a full rebuild and just go for it. Look, you traded your franchise player, Darren Fox. And when I look at the Western Conference, they're not even going to be better than the Spurs when they end up, developing and reaching their ceiling. So you're going to be at the bottom of the Western Conference, fighting for either maybe the 7th or 8th spot. So really the play-in situation. Maybe you sneak in as a 6 seed, but I'm just not liking this at all. I think the Kings are also losers, in my opinion. So those are my winners and losers of the NBA trade deadline. It was a fun, entertaining ride. Of course, the Luka trade set everything off. And there's a bevy of other moves that happened. So yeah, those are my thoughts on the NBA trade deadline. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Love to hear your thoughts on who you think won the NBA trade deadline and who lost. And I'll catch you in the next one.